Welcome back, Cougs. Hope you had a great spring break.
I know I did.
In honor of 10 Cloverfield Lane, we're filming this episode inside of Wazzu on Film's underground doomsday shelter.
I don't understand why we have to do the whole episode down here.
Well, we could be filming this in Afghanistan in honor of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Good point.
Stick around.
So, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is a movie about a news producer named Kim Baker, who's played by Tina Fey, who decides to take this exciting opportunity in Kabul, Afghanistan, where she is a war correspondent there. And she's never experienced anything like this before. It's really just like this jump out of her comfort zone. She just experiences this whole new culture and this whole new way of life. And yeah, when she gets there, she really is just kind of has no idea exactly what she's doing, but luckily she is befriended by this woman named Tanya, who's played by Margot Robbie, and they end up, being able to explore all that Afghanistan has to offer, and she really starts to understand what it means to be a war correspondent and all that there is to do there, and she ends up staying a lot longer than she planned.
Yeah.
So what did you think of this movie?
Well, I actually really liked this movie. I'm a broadcast journalism major myself, so it kind of touched base for me a little bit with the broadcasting side. I felt that the acting, all of the actors were very good. It was well done on that point. They were all very relatable. All the characters were realistic. And it was based on a true story. So it really, on top of all of that acting, I really liked it. On first impression. Additionally, everything else in the movie came together.
Yeah, it has Tina Fey in it, and she's amazing. She's one of my favorite actresses, so I thought she did a really good job. And obviously, with any movie she's in, she's going to bring an element of humor into it, even if it is, kind of this movie that starts off more serious. There's definitely a humorous side of it. It's just kind of woven organically, I feel like, into the script. Funny things just end up happening. She's this woman who, left her job in America to go to Afghanistan, not really knowing what she's doing. So obviously there are going to be funny situations that come out of it. So it was definitely enjoyable to watch. You found yourself laughing among a variety of other emotions. So I thought it was really good in that aspect too. And all the actors, I think, did a really good job.
Yeah, the acting on top of just the sets and everything else, the special effects, there wasn't anything crazy CGI in the movie, but they didn't need it either. All of the sets were very genuine feeling. They really had all of the, the kind of gray or sand color of Afghanistan, the whole
you definitely see them walking down the streets. You see the poverty and everything that you don't really necessarily expect, and then you're this is an impoverished third world country, and so you definitely really get that feel. And you also see kind of the contrast, which with the rich people there, and just kind of the more extravagant, all the music and the culture of Afghanistan compared to all the poverty and all the war zones there and stuff. So I thought that was definitely interesting to just kind of see that culture and be exposed to it through this movie.
Yeah, and you mentioned emotions earlier. The music in the movie also did a very good job of complementing everything else that this movie did right. Having all of the natural sound through the audio too, hearing the hustle and bustle of the streets in the background and the languages bantering back and forth. It was all very well done with audio on top of everything else that it did.
Yeah, definitely. Like we were saying, the streets and everything, it's all very relatable. There's not relatable, realistic. I feel like you see everything that's going on at once there. There's people begging on the street. There's obviously these people who are trying to get a news story out of this. And I definitely thought they did a really good job with showing all those different aspects, for sure.
So what would you give it overall?
Overall, I think I'd give this movie 3.5 stars. Honestly, I really don't have any complaints. I just have a hard time giving things 4 stars unless I'm this was the best movie ever. I don't know, that's just me. But I really, really enjoyed it. It was humorous. It was gave like a bunch of different emotions. I thought it was really relatable. You know, I feel like a lot of people can relate to Tina Fey's character just kind of being stuck in her job and feeling like she's like stuck in this cycle and nothing's really changing, and then just wanting to go out on a limb and take this chance and, you know, go down a path that she never thought she would. So I definitely really enjoyed this movie and I would recommend it.
I would give it probably a 4. I mean, I had no complaints about this movie. Everything that I saw in it was extremely well done, in my opinion. I could consider it a future classic, indeed. And it, you know, just did everything so well. I don't have anything to subtract from that 4.
Yeah, it was definitely really well done, a really good story, good plot, you know, some humor in there. I felt like really kind of gave a new sense of cultural awareness and, you know, awareness of global issues. Yeah, I thought it was a really good movie, and I was like, didn't really have any expectations going into it because I hadn't really heard about it that much, but I was really pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to find out what Lily has in store for us this week.